Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we get started, I'd like to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekakadash, and double honors to those great millstone while I learned his truth, and also to the hopefully elect that is scattered abroad. I'd like to say shalom, and come back here today with another great and powerful lesson through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And the title of today's lesson is, For They Intended Evil Against Thee, They Imagined Mischievous Device. So I'd like to say shalom to all the listeners and learners. Hope this will help you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. So the idea of the matter is that they're getting ready to implement that MOTB, the New World Order. They're getting ready to try to perform. They are running out of time, and the devil's getting ready to come down with great wrath. World War III is right upon. Rumors of war, uproars with the people. All these different Bible prophecies are constantly coming to pass, left and right. They're coming to life. And I about the Lord's word is not returned to him void each and every day through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And I about we constantly sounding the Lord. We constantly watching. We constantly praying because we know that we are very close to that great time of trouble that we have never seen before. But he said, for the elect's sake, they shall be saved out of it. So the idea about it is that, we don't have anything to worry about, but put our total trust in Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Even though you're seeing all these different things that's going on in Ukraine, seeing these different things that's going on in Iran, between Israel and also China and Taiwan. The Lord is constantly moving the chess pieces around. And also, Ezekiel chapter 38 is coming to life. And that about that they're trying to perform their enterprise. But that about the Lord is getting ready to set things back in order. He said he will let until they be taken out of the way. So we read it in that time. So though it tarry, wait for it. It surely will come. And that is about the prophecy are coming to life left and right. And they are here. So we are rejoicing. And that is about we are very close to our salvation. Our salvation is very close to we yet believe. And that is about that we cannot wait. We're ready to get out of here. So now, the title of the day lesson once again is, For They Intended Evil Against Thee. They Imagined Mischievous Device. So we'll get started with the title of the day lesson. We get started in the book of Psalm chapter 21. And we'll start at verse 11. For they intended evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device which they are not able to perform. So it's talking about the new world order, all this pseudoscience, all these lying wonders, AI, all these things they're getting ready to bring forth. And either about is that, either you we're here or either you forbear. A lot of people will be deceived. The Lord said, take heed that no man deceive you. A lot of people will be deceived. A lot of people are trusting in the oppression, trusting in the strength of this place, trusting in all these different technologies, and all these different things that they're thinking that they're a good case, but that is about you're headed for destruction. And that is about we constantly warning you left and right. All these unrighteous decrees are getting ready to come down. All these different mandates. We're telling you left and right, you will not be able to buy or sell. Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 through 18. It's coming to light left and right. All this different technology is getting ready. And a lot of people are going to be deceived and will be destroyed. So now, let's go to Psalm chapter 2. Psalm chapter 2 and verse 1. And it reads, Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? So the heathens are raging right now. And I about they're constantly fighting for the next superpower, fighting for power. You know what I'm saying? Want to be in total control. And idea about it is that, Esau Edom is trying to stay in control, and idea about the other nations are trying to get the power and get the control. The next superpower, that's what I'm trying to say. Salaki. And so they're constantly fighting. But the idea about it, that's a very vain thing, because the idea about it is time for us to rule. The Israel of the Most High. And that about it, the Lord is getting ready to set everything back into order. Even though they constantly imagine all these different vain things will only lead to their death and destruction. And that about it, that Bible prophecy are coming to life left and right. They're knowing that they are running out of time. They're seeing that America, which in fact, aka Babylon the Great, we are weak. We have a weak leader. And this place is divided. If a kingdom is divided, it shall not stand. And I idea about it's constantly decaying. Our infrastructure is all crumbling. Everything. The economy is getting ready to crash. And all different things are getting ready to have order out of chaos. So they're trying to set up this new world order, but it will not happen because the Lord is getting ready to return. The Lord said, wait on me till I rise up against the prey. And the Lord's getting ready to return. And I did about we cannot wait. Recompense and judgment is right upon us. So now we'll go to Psalm chapter 37 I love the book of Psalm. Psalm chapter 37, one moment. Psalm chapter 37, one moment. Psalm chapter 37 and verse 32. We'll start here. Psalm chapter 37 and verse 32. And it reads, the wicked watches the righteous and seeketh to slay him. So that is about who is the wicked? Esau, even the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. And that is about he constantly watching over all the men of the Lord, constantly watching over the elect. And that is about it. He's trying to pounce on us. And that is about the Lord said when the enemy come in like a flood, he's getting ready to lift up that standard. So he would not be able to perform his enterprise because the Lord is in perfect control. And that is about he's constantly doing his will from the left hand side. And that is about the Lord is getting ready to raise up that right hand. And that is about and get ready to take him out of the way. So we don't have anything to worry about. All these different things that they're getting ready to come up with will not be able to buy and sell. If you take that, you know what? You know what I'm saying? And I did about it. A lot of people are still lining up. A lot of people still are not believing. A lot of people still don't have the faith. Constantly walking in that path of darkness. And that is doing things that is displeasing to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh. Even though we're sounding like a broken record. But that is about it. It is getting ready to come to pass. And that is about it. It's time to seek the Lord while he can be found. And that is about the door of repenting is closing. We constantly warning you left and right. And that is about it. That those evil times are here. And that is about it. They're constantly growing and growing. The great day of the Lord is fastly approaching. So now, let's go to one moment. Let's jump back up to verse no, let's jump up to verse 12. Verse 12, one moment. Verse 12, and it reads, Psalm chapter 37 and verse 12, and it reads, the wicked plotteth against the just and gnashes upon him with his teeth. So that is about it that, we seeing that, all these different things are calamities are coming to pass. And that is about it that, we are the just, the elect. And that is about it that the wicked is constantly getting ready to come upon us. And that is about it getting ready to take a lot of us in great number, with their military, with their might, you know what I'm saying? And that is about it that we constantly warning you left and right. And that is about it that, all hell is getting ready to break loose. And that is about it. It's trying to perform their wicked device, but that is about it. They will not be able to because the Lord is getting ready to take them out of the way. And that is about, we don't have anything to worry about, but constantly trust and believe in him. And that is about, even though a great multitude is kindled over us, but the Lord said we don't have anything to worry about. He's getting ready to destroy them. So now, let's start back up at Psalm chapter 37. We'll start back up at verse 13. And it reads, the Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day coming. Verse 14, the wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy and to slay such as to be of upright conversation. Well, who is up that upright conversation? That is the elect. That is about the prophet, the believers. And that is about it. They're getting ready to come down on us very, very, very hard. And that is about a lot of people is getting ready to die in a great number. We constantly warning. They constantly are lying and waiting. And that is about it. They're getting ready to come down on us, getting ready to lay hands on. A lot of people are getting ready to be thrown into these FEMA camps. A lot of people are getting ready to die in great number. We constantly warn, and a lot of people are getting ready to line up and take that you know what, and that is about you will be totally destroyed. The Lord said you will be trodden down underfoot, and that is about it that it's time for us to seek the Lord. It's time to come back under total subjection. It's time to have the faith. It's time to walk in the Spirit each and every day. And ask the Lord to have mercy upon you each and every day. Because we are here. And that is about it. These times are here. Jacob's trouble is right upon us. We constantly warning you left and right. That time of trouble that we have never seen before. It is here. So now, let's go to let's go up to verse 1. Psalm chapter 37, we go all the way back up to the top. Psalm chapter 37 and verse 1. Sorry to be moving around like this. Psalm chapter 37 and verse 1. And it reads, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity, the so-called white man and the heathen nation. Verse 2, for they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as a green herb. So they only have a short time. You know what I'm saying? They have bounds that they cannot pass. So that is about it. They're in that short season right now. And they have run out of time. They knowing that their time's is up. And that is about it. They seeing that their kingdom is falling. They seeing all the different things that they're trying to implement. It's not working out for them. A lot of people are bucking up against the government, constantly saying that we're not going to, you know what, take that. And that is about it. They're constantly telling you that you have to take it. If not, they're constantly rebellion. And that is about it. Said, in Isaiah chapter 19, verses 1 through 3, said Egyptian against Egypt, So a lot of things are getting ready to have civil war, insurrection, uproars of the people. So it is here. So that is about we're in these troubling times. Perilous times is right upon us. So now we'll go to let's go to Micah. Let's go to Micah chapter, one moment. Let's go to Micah chapter 2, one moment. Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. Micah, one moment. Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. And it reads, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hands. And that is about it. The power is in whose hand? That is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. When you read about that in Job chapter 9 and verse 24, it tells you that the earth was given into their hand for that short season. That short season is now. And that is about, they cover the faces of the judge. They constantly scheming and plotting, constantly with deceptions and lies. And that is about, the Lord is making Esau bare. And that is about, is that it's making him harder and harder for him to perform his enterprise, because he's constantly being exposed. And that is about the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua as he exposed him each and every day. The covering cast has been removed. And that is about it. The Lord said everything that has been covered shall be uncovered. So everything is coming to the light right now through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Even though they constantly devising all these wicked and evil devices against us. And that is about trying to kill us each and every day. But the Lord has his hands on the elect. And that is about that hedge of protection. So we don't have anything to worry about, even though they get ready to try to set up this new world order. All these different things they're trying to do. And that is about they're constantly trying to perfect it, but that is about it. Would not work. And that is about it. They're in for a rude awakening. And that is about, even though we're upon all these turbulent times, but in the end, the kingdom of heaven is right at hand. The Lord's getting ready to set up that righteous kingdom. So rejoice ye heaven. So now, let's go to Isaiah chapter. Let's see where I want to go to now. No, let's get a quick precept. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Isaiah chapter 10, one moment, and verse 1. And it reads, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievance which they have prescribed. So a lot of unrighteous decrees right now, would not be able to buy ourselves. All these different mandates. You would not be able to travel, would not be able to go into this country without having, you understand what I'm saying? A lot of things are happening, you know what I'm saying? Unrighteous decrees are all over the place. And that is about it. They're trying to set up, that new world order, but that is about it. It would not work. And that is, we constantly warning, even though we read upon World War III. And that is about it. They trying to make this a global event. And that is about it. We read upon that hour of temptation where everyone on this earth will be tried. Either you choose life or you choose death. We are here. It is at the door. And that is about it. That great death in the morning is read upon us. We at the beginning of sorrow. So now, let's let's get another quick precept. Let's go to Job chapter 14. One moment. Job chapter 14. One moment. Job chapter 14 and verse 5. Job chapter 14 and verse 5. And it reads, seeing his days are determined, the numbers of his months are within thee. Thou hast appointed this bound that he cannot pass. Let's read that again. Job chapter 14 and verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bound that he cannot pass. So that is about it. He have a time in a day that he cannot pass. And that is about it. This earth age is ending. So that is about it, that, he's running out of time. And that is about it. His rulership is getting ready to pass away. And that is about it. This old wicked kingdom is getting ready to go. And that is about it, that we cannot wait. And we seeing all these different things are coming to pass. We're seeing that we have a weak leader. You know, just like it says in Isaiah chapter 14, I think around verse 10, it said, have you became as weak as we? So that about the other nations are raging because they seeing that America is weak. They're seeing that we have a lot of soft spot. They're seeing that we're weak, you know, from the inside out. And now everybody, you know, we cannot make any decision now. Everything is chaotic. And now everybody, everyone is saying that, hey, it is up for grab. You know what I'm saying? To be the next superpower. But they're constantly imagining vain things because it is time for us to rule. And now we're getting ready to rule. And now all these nations are getting ready to go into slavery for 1,000 years. And now we cannot wait. Woo! We cannot wait. So now, let's go to, one moment. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 6. One moment. Proverbs chapter 6. One moment. Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 12. Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 12. One moment. And it reads, a naughty person, a wicked man walketh with a forward mouth. Verse 13, he winketh with his eyes. He speaketh with his feet. He teaches with his fingers. Verse 14, forwardness in his heart. He devises mischief continually. He soweth discord. Verse 15, therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. Verse 16, these 16 doeth the Lord hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. Verse 17, a proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. Verse 18, and heart that devises wicked imagination, feet that be swift in running to mischief. Verse 19, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discourse among brethren. So that everybody's talking about the so-called white man, lying lips, constantly despising, constantly in the darkness, constantly lying, waiting, trying to wait and destroy us. But that is about the Lord has his hands on us. And that is about, he said, suddenly they will be destroyed. That's what we're waiting on. For all our enemies be destroyed, put down. And that is about for the Lord to put us back in our first estate. We cannot wait. So now, let's go to Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. One moment. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. And it reads, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knowing that he has but a short time. So he knowing that his time is very short. So he's getting ready to come out with all these different unrighteous decrees, all these different mandates, and I did about it from the left hand side, and I did about it. He's trying to bring forth that, you know what, the mark of the beast, the RFD microchip. That's what we're waiting on. He's getting ready to bring it, and I did about it that you will have to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? You must have the faith, and I did about it. If you are not a part of this, if you are not preordained to get this, with the fact that the elect, you will be destroyed on this side. We're constantly warning you left and right. The Lord is constantly separating. He's constantly shifting. And that is about it. He's constantly bringing us through the fire. And that is about it. The great day of the Lord is coming, fastly approaching. And that is about it. We're seeing all the signs of the time. We're seeing earthquakes in diverse places. We're seeing all these different rumors of war. And that is about it. That World War III is getting ready to come to light. We're at the brink of war. And that is about it. It's time to come back under total subjection to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. He is the way and the only way. And that is about it. That we constantly warn you left and right, even though they're trying to set it all up. But they have a vain imagination. Salah. And that is about it. They will not be able to perform their enterprise. We cannot wait. And that is about it. That the Lord have us under his hedge of protection each and every day through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Even though we see in all these different Bible prophecies are constantly popping off the page, we are here. And that is about it. The Lord is constantly accelerating time. We get very, very close. The Lord is getting ready to return. He's coming to get us. We cannot wait. Man, get out of these feeble bodies and get back with our Lord and Savior. We cannot wait. Sorry to be rambling. So now, Let's go to Job chapter 5 before we close out. Let's go to Job chapter 5. One moment. Job chapter 5. Job chapter 5 and one moment, verse 12. Job chapter 5 and verse 12. And it reads, he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Verse 12, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. So they will not be able to do anything because it's all in the power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So that is about it. We don't have anything to worry about. The Lord is constantly moving all the chess pieces around. So a man going is of the Lord. You know, the Lord is constantly directing each and everybody's step, each and every day. And that is about it. You know what I'm saying? You know, who have power over the clay? And that is about it. We don't have anything to worry about. If we're a part of this, you know what I'm saying? We have received this message, and that is about it. We have believed. You are blessed, and that is about it. That we cannot wait. And we're not worried about the truth there. They're getting ready to be cut off and down the side. Because that is about it. It was that rebellious house that did not want to return to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So that is about it. You know, we knowing that we're coming upon this time. New world order is fast approaching. And that is about it. It's time to watch, pray, and be sober. So now, let's go to let's go to Sirach before we close out. Let's go to Sirach chapter 10. One moment. Sirach chapter 10. Sirach chapter 10. One moment. Sirach chapter 10 and verse 8. Sirach chapter 10 and verse 8. And it reads, because of unrighteous dealing, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So that is about, we're in that transition of power. And that is about unrighteous decree, you know, shedding innocent blood, constantly with lying and deceit. The so-called white, that's all he did. Constantly devising evil, you know, because they're the workers of iniquity. And that is about it, they're getting ready to be destroyed. We don't have anything to worry about. So the Lord is getting ready to do a mighty work. And that is about, he's pouring out his spirit on all flesh. So a lot of people are constantly having signs and vision of the end is coming. Great destruction, great death and mourning. And we constantly warning you left and right. It is here. It is at the door. So that is about it. It's time to seek the Lord. It's time to stop playing. It's time to put off all these mortal thoughts and get your house in order and come back under total subjection to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So now, let's go to our last and final strip. Let's go to Psalm chapter 7. One moment. We'll close out here. Psalm chapter 7 and verse 14. Psalm chapter 7, and we'll start up at verse 14. And it reads, behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and has conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood. It's talking about the so-called white man. You know, he has brought forth falsehood each and every time you turn on TV, the numbers are rising. We need everyone to, you know what, all these different things that he's constantly devising, all these falsehoods, all these different lies and deceit. And that is about, we're not ignorant of Satan's device. He's constantly travailing with iniquity. And that is about it that he will let till he be taken out of the way. And he only have that much time left. He's running out of time. The sands in the hourglass are very low. We read upon that great and glorious return of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So now we start back up at Psalm chapter 7 and verse 15. He made a pit and digged it, and he fallen into the ditch which he made. Let's read that again. Psalm chapter 7 and verse 15. He made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. So all the things that he is devising for us is getting ready to turn back upon him, or back upon his own head. And that is about the Lord is constantly is turning everything back around. And that is about all the things that he's trying to accomplish, all the things that he think that he's going to accomplish. He's walking in great pride, and the Lord have him in that snare and in that trap. And that is about it that he is in for a rude awakening. He will not be able to perform his enterprise. So we don't have anything to worry about, but trust and believe in Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So now we'll start back up Psalm chapter 7, and we'll start back up at verse 16. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his wicked and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own plate. Let's read that again. Psalm chapter 7 and verse 16. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealings shall come down upon his own plate, so that everybody, for all the violence and all the innocent blood that he shed, because he has not hated blood shall pursue him. And that everybody is that, he's getting ready to pay. Recompense and judgment is right upon the heathen nation, also the 2/3. So we're here. Judgment has begun also, and great death and destruction is right upon us. And that is about the Lord is getting ready to do a mighty work. All these different things that we're telling you is getting ready to come to pass. Now it's about the indignation of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is right upon us. Those IBCM missiles are getting ready to fly. So that is about it's time to watch, pray, and be sober once again. And that is about we constantly warn. It's time to seek the Lord while he can be found. Because that is about it will be no more talking once he get here. And that is about it will be a lot of killing. The Lord is getting ready to do a lot of killing. A lot of blood is getting ready to be shed. And that is about the Lord, when he returns, he will not be playing. So that is about it's time to seek the Lord right now. So now, let's don't mean to be rambling. Psalm chapter 7, and we'll start back up. We start back at this is the last verse, at verse 17, and it reads, I will praise the Lord according to his righteousness, and will sing praise to the name of the Lord, the Most High. Let's read it again. Psalm chapter 7 and verse 17. I will praise the Lord according to his righteousness, and will sing praises to the name of the Lord, the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So we're going to constantly praise the Lord. We're going to constantly give him praise, all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Because the Lord is getting ready to set things back into order. The one that stayed loyal to him, the ones that constantly doing his work, constantly believing in him, walking in his spirit each and every day through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So we don't have anything to worry about, even though we're coming up on all these turbulent times, all these great death and destruction is coming upon us. But the Lord said he will preserve us. He will deliver us. So we don't have anything to worry about. So rejoice ye heaven. So the title of the day lesson once again, for they intended evil for thee. And they let me get the title of the lesson again. For they intended evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device. So I like to say shalom to all I listen and learn. I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. I like to say, Shalom.